Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, and we're going to play our... Oh, Miss Mags and Mr. Brody going at it already. There's turmoil in the booth here. Yes, there is, Mr. Brody. As we're playing our fourth divisional game, the 2018 NFL playoffs here. This one coming from the NFC, and it's going to be the New Orleans Saints visiting the Minnesota Vikings from US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Without further ado, let's get this game underway as tensions are high, expectations are high for both teams. So let's get it going. So, all right. So here's the coin toss, and as in this game, like we did in the previous game between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers, check that game out. That was an exciting game there for most of the game, and it's going to be the coin toss here, but we're going to go with have the computer control both the AI and the offense and defenses, and we're just going to call the game like we did last time. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, you know, I don't want to try to influence the results here. I just kind of want to, which I kind of did a little bit, I guess, with the Patriots-Titans game and the Philadelphia and Atlanta game. So this game I'm going to let the computer play it out, and like I said in the other videos, especially the last video I just did with the Pittsburgh and Jacksonville game, is that I kind of want the results were actually reflected, the real life results, in all three of the computer playouts, total computer playouts, it seemed. Except for the, for the last game which I played, which most of the results went the opposite way. But the game I played, which I allowed the computer to play the whole game, went the way that it did in reality. So the game is currently going on now between New Orleans and Minnesota, 0-0 in the first quarter. Minnesota with the ball after New Orleans 3 and out. But this game, we're about to start here, and we'll play it along as the actual game is unfolding, and I'll give you some spoilers there from the game. So, but I probably won't towards the end of the game, so it's pretty safe until then. I don't really want to spoil it for anybody who wants to watch the actual game and watch this one first. So I will not actually probably do it until the very end, and I will let you know when I'm going to do it, so you can turn away or mute it or do whatever. So all right, so let's go. Let's just have the AI control everything here. So I controlled the coin toss in the other game. So I'm just gonna have the AI control the coin toss here. So I'll toss. So let's see what we got going here. So Minnesota wins the toss and will defer to the second half. Interesting there. So New Orleans will receive. So they defer. Alright, it's going to be Kai Forbath kicking off for Minnesota, and he'll be kicking to Tommy Lee Lewis and Trey Edmonds. And most of the pictures are going to be in there. There are just a few of them that aren't. As I just did download this file for the 2018 season a couple days ago, which includes all of the pictures up until, I think, through the 2016 season. Ooh. We have a score in the actual game, and I'm not going to mention anything. Anyway, Drew Brees is under center for the New Orleans Saints, the veteran. And the kickoff was for a touchback, so Sean Payton, the coach for the New Orleans Saints. So here we go. Let's get started. 1st and 10 from their own 25, and I did fix it this one. Minnesota in a standard set with a key run on Ingram. Mark Ingram gets the call. Ingram gets nothing on the play. So that'll make it 2nd and 10. In the last game I just played between Pittsburgh and Jacksonville, I forgot to, I think I left it with the 2012 settings, which is the default settings, and didn't get it, so the kickoffs now are at the 25. So this will have the full 2017 rule set. So So everything is up to date there. All right, so 2nd and 10 from New Orleans from their own 25 after no gain on that play. All-purpose defense of the Vikings. 2 defenders on Thomas, setting up the throw. Ingram, the intended receiver, on a flare pass. And Ingram will grab it at the 24. And tackles him. So 9-yard gain, but there's a flag. Sorry, 4-yard gain. And it's going to be against the defense, so New Orleans will accept that one. And they'll tack that one on to the end of the run, and that's going to be a first down.
First down.
Crowd not happy with that. So that's going to bring it 1st and 10 at New Orleans at the 44. So New Orleans gets the first down on the penalty. Soft man coverage by Minnesota. Kamara keyed for the pass. Play fake to Kamara. Breeze going to run. And he's tackled near the sideline by Kendricks after a gain of 3. So Breeze scrambles for 3. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Vikings playing soft man coverage, man coverage. And it's going to be a fumble as Breeze doesn't even get to snap, but he falls on it. So right at the line of scrimmage. So Breeze alertly falls on it after the bad snap there. Miscommunication there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 now. Standard defense for the Vikings. Key pass on Kamara. Ball snapped to Breeze. Drops back in the pocket. Looks like a screen pass to Kamara. And Lemur will break that one up as he sniffed that one out. So that New Orleans will have to punt 4th and 7 from their own 47. So Morstead back to punt for New Orleans. Sherles on the return. Morstead gets kick away. Nice punt. Great effort by Morstead. Sherles waves his hand to indicate a fair catch, and he'll catch it at the... Minnesota will be backed up at the 8-yard line after the 45-yard punt. So Case Keenum under center for the Minnesota. And I'm just going to check something here. We'll be right back. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I had the right quarterback from Minnesota, and I do. Keenum is under center. Mike Zimmer, the coach for the Minnesota Vikings. As Minnesota has it 1st and 10 at their own 8. So New Orleans playing soft man coverage. Safety double covering Rudolph. Murray has the ball. Finds an opening over the 10. Over the 20. Over the 30. Could he break it? Over the 40. And he's pushed out of bounds by Crowley at the 46. So a nice gain of 38 yards by Murray. Latvius Murray. Sorry for that. So it's a big gain for Minnesota, and they have it 1st and 10 now at their own 46. So all-purpose defense for Minnesota. For New Orleans, sorry. Double coverage on Thielen. Murray has the ball to carry. A drop for a 1-yard loss by Okafor. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So, alright. So, 2nd and 11 at the 45. Thielen being double covered. Keenum make his usual drop. Diggs is running an up and out pattern. Diggs tries to stay in play. He makes the grab at the New Orleans 25. So, discussing whether or not it was a catch in play. And it was an illegal catch, so that would be an incompletion. Minnesota fans not happy with that. But clearly he did not make that catch. Shown by instant replay. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Extra defensive back on the field for New Orleans. Kahaya blitzing. Rudolph facing double coverage. Keenan moves back in the pocket. Keenan corrects double coverage on Rudolph. Looking for a secondary target. Medium pass to Thielen. And Lattimore with the interception. Comes down with it at New Orleans 39. And he's brought down immediately after a gain of 7 yards. So Keenum throws a pick. And New Orleans has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 46 after the interception. So that quieted the crowd here. So 1st and 10 at the 46 for the Saints. Breeze under center. Gives the ball to Peterson. Peterson manages 1 yard, brought down by Shamir Stephen. So Adrian Peterson, the longtime Minnesota Viking, now playing for the New Orleans Saints, just gets a yard on that play. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 9. So King Ingram for the pass. Unger snaps the ball. Breeze drops back to pass. Draw play to Ingram. Ingram finds an opening. It's closed quickly by Johnson, though. So he's held to just 4 yards. Ingram slow to get up. He's feeling his side. It should be okay. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the Minnesota territory now at the 49. Might be a blitz. Double coverage on Breeze' primary target. Looks like he's going to throw in that direction regardless. Breeze looks outside for Fleener. And nice play by Kendricks to break it up. So that'll bring up 4th and 5. So New Orleans will be forced to punt. So they can do nothing with the great field position after the interception. So Morstead back to punt again for New Orleans. Sherrill's back to receive again. Receive the punt. Aiming for the sidelines. They're going to let it roll. It's going to be a 49 punt for a touchback as it goes into the end zone. So it'll be at first. Minnesota will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 20. Thielen being double covered. Keenum sets up the pocket. Medium short pass on the side to McKinnon. McKinnon makes the grab to 26. Hauled down to 30 at their pickup of 10. See if they get the first down here. They're going to measure. And they didn't make it. So that'll bring up 2nd and 1. So 2nd and 1 coming up. Run Keon Murray. Ball snap to Keenan. Drops back to pass. Keenan sets and fires. A quick toss to Thielen. Passes a little high, but Thielen comes up with it at 31. It's going to be a gain of 4 and a Minnesota first down. So first down Minnesota at the 33-yard line. Safety doubling on covering Diggs. Keenum sets and fires a medium pass to Rudolph. Rudolph makes the catch at the 44, brought down by Bush after a gain of 17 yards and another Minnesota first down. So ball at midfield now. As 6 minutes 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Still no score. Thielen and Diggs being double covered. Ball snapped to Keenan. Goes to Cook. Cook heads to the outside and pushed out of bounds by Klein at the New Orleans 47. So a pickup of 3. So that'll make it 2nd and 7. In New Orleans territory now. So they're going to throw. Medium pass to Diggs. Complete to Diggs. And Klein brings him down at the 31. So gain of 16 on the play. So 1st and 10 at the 31. In field goal territory now, but Minnesota wants more. The crowd wants more. Deep zone defense for New Orleans. Murray has the ball. No gain on the play as Saints stuff that one. So it brings up 2nd and 10. Soft man coverage by New Orleans. Watching McKinnon for a pass. Setting up the throw. Medium pass to Rudolph. Grabbed by Rudolph to 22. Banjo hits him for 9 yards. 3rd and 1. And let's go to our co-host here. Miss Maggs is now in the co-host seat. Mr. Brody of the Pooh Doll. And again, we're still having a little bit of issues there in the co-host room there. We definitely need to work on getting some more seating in the co-host room. As Mr. Brody graciously gives up his seat to the lady, Miss Maggs. So we ready, Mr. Brody? Mr. Brody's concentrating on the game here. Alright, so 3rd and 1 at the New Orleans 22. Run defense for New Orleans. Run Keon Cook. Give us the Cook. Cook is brought down to 17 by Anzalone. And that'll be a first down, and they keep the chains moving. So in the red zone now at the 17 now, New Orleans. New Orleans in tight coverage. Double coverage on Diggs. Cook gets the call. Cook heads outside for 5 yards. So it'll bring up 2nd and 5. Keenan gets the call. McKinnon gets the call, pops a hole in the middle of the line, and makes a nice run of about 5 yards. So it looks like they made it, but let's see. And they're going to be just short. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 1. So New Orleans needs to make a stop here and hold them to a field goal attempt. So big 3rd down here early on as we approach the end of the first quarter. Saints 8 men in the box, expecting Cook to get the handoff, play action pass. Throws it, and it's going to fall incomplete to Diggs. The play action pass. So to make it 4th and 1, and the crowd wants them to go for it. Are they going to go for it? No, they're going to go for the sure points, much to dismay. But you got to take the points here and get on the board. So Forbath on for a chip shot field goal. Pretty automatic from here. 25-yard attempt. First kick of the day. Kick is up. And it's good. So Minnesota gets on the board first with a field goal. Alright, as the Minnesota fans chant their theme, their cheer song there, their fight song. Alright, so Forbath back to kick off. Lewis and Edmonds back to receive for New Orleans. Now down by 3. So it's going to be a touchback. So 1st and 10 at the 25 for New Orleans. Minnesota playing soft man coverage. Linebacker keying on Ingram for a possible pass. Ball snapped to Breeze. Drops back to pass. Medium long pass to Thomas. And perfect coverage by Rhodes as it falls incomplete. So they bring up 2nd and 10. Here's the snap. Breeze hands it to Kamara. Tackle on the sideline by Johnson for a loss of 1. So third and long. 3rd and 11.
Timeout offense.
Ooh, as the New Orleans uses their first timeout here. Early on in the game. Bree uses a timeout. So unable to get the play off. So Harrison Smith blitzing. Ball is snapped to Breeze. Just back to pass. Looks like a screen pass to Ingram. Ingram brings it to 22, 30. Over the 40. And finally knocked out of bounds at the Minnesota 49. So a big gain of 27 yards and a first down. As they're now in Minnesota territory at the 49. Crowd shouting defense. Minnesota doubled up on Lewis. Hand off to Ingram. Ingram forced outside. Finds some daylight. And Lord's would be tackled at the 40, 30, 20. And he'll cross the goal line. So Mark Ingram with a 49-yard touchdown run will put the Saints in the lead now. So head by 3, barring the extra point here. And ooh, another Lutz. Again, with another kicker with only an 89% chance. He could miss. This kick is up. And it's no good. So I can't tell you. I think that's the 3rd game in a row. It is the 3rd game in a row where the first touchdown scored by the by one of the teams. Their first touchdown is proved to be a missed point here, a missed extra point. So in the other 2 games, it really didn't hurt, but this, let's see if it makes a difference here, as this game is starting off just like the Jacksonville-Pittsburgh game. Very similar. All right, so let's kick off after the missed extra point. 6-3 New Orleans. McKinnon and Sherrell's back deep. Great looking kick. Touchback. So no return on that. So Minnesota will set up shop at their 25-yard line. Now trailing by 3. Standard defense for New Orleans. Pass Keon Cook. Medium short pass to Diggs. Diggs can get to that pass to make it 2nd and 10 as we near the end of the first quarter. New Orleans in a neutral defensive set. Double coverage on Thielen. Thielen double coverage. Keenan looks for a secondary receiver. Rudolph, the intended receiver, on a short pass, and he can't get to it. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. So deep zone for New Orleans with extra DBs. Keenan gets a snap back in the pocket, hands off to Murray. Murray picks up 5 yards. So they'll bring up 4th and 5 as first quarter comes to an end. And ironically, Rudolph just missed the pass here in the actual game. So Quigley will be on the punt for Minnesota for the first time today. Tommy Lee Lewis back to receive for the Saints. Quigley drops back to punt, and there's a flag. Excellent punt. Punt taken by Tommy. This could make a difference here. And turn of 5 after the punt. So let's see what the penalty is here.
Holding. Offense.
Oh, it's holding on the offense. So 51-yard punt and 5-yard return. So I think, yeah, Minnesota probably is going to have them. So we're going to accept that. It's interesting how they had the team play, but they make computer plays it up, but they have me choose whether they're going to accept it to decline. I would assume that they would accept that because that was a really good punt and only a short return. So they're going to re-punt it. Now from the 20. So snap to Quigley. Punt is on the way. Higher end of a kick. Fair catch. And at the 40-yard line. So that was they gained 6 yards on that. 6 yards of field position. Which could be big. You never know. So Breeze will have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Single coverage area by Thomas. Ingram on the ball carrier. Ingram will hit hard. Breaks the tackle. Has some running room. And tackled the Minnesota 48 by Sherrills. So a nice gain of 12 yards and a Minnesota first down. So now in Minnesota territory at the 48. Keon Kamara. Kamara has the ball. Heads outside. He still gets 7 yards despite being keyed on. So to bring up 2nd and 3 at the Minnesota 41. Breeze gets a snap, fakes ahead, handoff for an end around. He's going to pass now, though. It's a medium sideline pass to Ginn. And Ted Ginn hauls it in at the 33 and another New Orleans first down as he's knocked out of bounds by Harris. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 33. New Orleans moving the ball. Keep passing Kamara. Breeze going to pass. Breeze throws a medium pass to Fleener. Fleener has it at the 24. And quickly hauled down after a gain of 9. So it'll be 2nd and 1, and we have an injury timeout as Fleener is slow to get up. He's going to need a few plays to recover. Alright, so 2nd and 1. Hand off to Adrian Peterson. Toss it to Ginn on the end around. Looking for running room. Ginn is forced outside. Finds some daylight. So a lot of running for just 4 yards there. But it's enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 20. New Orleans on the march, hoping to add to the 6-3 lead. Minnesota calling for a full blitz. Snap back to Breeze. Gives it to Ingram. Heads outside, but it's tipped up by Anthony Barr for a loss of 1. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Vikings playing for the pass. DB is giving the receivers plenty of room. Double coverage on Hill. Great protection, gives him time to look around. Again, intended receiver on a quick toss. Anticipated and knocked away by Alexander. So that'll leave a long second, 11 yards on third down. From the Minnesota 21. 38-yard field goal if you don't get any further. Brees' first choice is double coverage. Tries to find somebody else. And Ginn grabs it at the 11, avoids the tackle, and goes in for the score. So Brees connects with Ginn, and 21-yard touchdown pass. And it's going to be a 12-3, barring the extra point here. So Lutz will go for the extra point, misses the first one. And this one is good. So it's going to make it 13-3, which was actually a score in the other game too, 13-3. I won't tell you who, but so this game mirroring the other game between Jacksonville and Pittsburgh so far. Not necessarily the timing of the touchdowns, but the score-wise, as it was put together. So Lutz will kick it deep, and it'll be a touchback. So Minnesota has it now down by 10. 10 minutes, 38 seconds left till halftime. So Keenan back to pass. Thielen, the 10 receiver. And Thielen tries to grab it to 40 and is brought down by Williams after a gain of 19. So first and 10. They're on 44. Standard zone defense for the Saints. Hand off to McKinnon. Outside run for a gain of 1. Von Bell with the tackle. So that'll make it 2nd and 9. Murray the ball carrier. And he runs into a wall. Gets nothing. So that's going to be a 3rd and 9. And the crowd not too happy with that play calling by Minnesota. Standard man by nickel defense for New Orleans. So Kikasha on the blitz. Single coverage. Going to be a pass. And it's a draw to McKinnon. And Anamata makes the play after a gain of only 4. So it's going to bring up 4th and 5. So Minnesota will be forced to punt again. So New Orleans defense holds. Ted Ginn on the return. Excellent punt. They're going to let it roll. And it's a 51-yard punt. And it goes in the end zone for a touchback. Give us to Peterson. Peterson looks to the outside of his drag to the turf. At the 23 for a gain of just 3. So that makes it 2nd and 7. From the New Orleans 23. Double coverage on Thomas. Brees sticks on the primary target despite double coverage. And throws it downfield for Thomas. Thomas makes the catch at the 39. That's going to be complete for 16 yards and a first down. 6 minutes, 29 seconds left till halftime. New Orleans with a 10-point lead in the ball. Hoping for more. Unger snaps the ball. Calls for Ingram. Barrow makes the play after a gain of just 3. So 2nd and 7. Pass defense for the Vikings. Playing well off the receivers. Double coverage on Thomas. Ball snapped to Brees. Just back to pass. Medium sideline pass to Kamara. Caught by McCarron at the 48. And pushed out of bounds. But not until a gain of 10 and a first down. So New Orleans in Minnesota territory once again. 1st and 10 at the 48. And there's a flag on the play.
Illegal motion. Offense.
So it's going to be a illegal motion on New Orleans. So they'll back him back in their own territory. So it's going to bring up 1st and 15. Standard man by the Vikings. Watching Kamara for a possible pass. Brees moves back in the pocket. Short pass to Kamara. Kamara has it at the 49. Tries to gain a few extra yards, but loses the ground instead. And he's brought down after a gain of only 3. So it brings up 2nd and 12 for the Saints. Ball on midfield. Breeze sets up in the pocket. Doesn't have much time. Now dodges one defender. Takes off. And he'll gain 3 on the scramble. So that's going to bring up 3rd and a long 9 from the Minnesota 47. And the Vikings call a timeout as they seem disorganized there. So they waste one there. So each team has used the timeout. As we approach 3 minute mark, 3 minutes and 44 seconds to be exact of the second quarter. 13-3 New Orleans. So nickel package by Minnesota, covering Kamara with a double team. Well, defensive back. Here's the snap. Breeze takes the usual drop. Medium sideline pass to Kamara. Incomplete. So as the throw was forced low. So 4th and 9. That forced New Orleans to punt. Sherrell's back for New Orleans. For Minnesota. And the ball got out of bounds as Morstead shanks that one. So a short punt of only 19 yards. And Minnesota will have it 1st and 10 at their own 28. So Minnesota isn't able to generate much offense so far. Trail at 13-3. So run key on Cook. Hand off to Cook. Cook is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Muhammad. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10. So Keenan making a usual drop. Medium short line pass to Diggs. Diggs makes the catch at the 33. Stumbles after making the catch. And we gain a 5. So that's going to leave 3rd and 5 from 33. As we approach the 2-minute warning. Safety doubling on Thielen. Lattimore's blanketing Thielen. So Keenum looks for a new target. Keenum medium pass to Rudolph. Rudolph makes the catch at the 47. Puts a nice move on the defender. And gets a 1st down. 14-yard gain. So 2-minute warning now. We're right at the 2-minute mark. So Minnesota has it 1st and 10 at their own 47. Safety doubling on Thielen. Keenan drops back to pass. Thielen's running a corner route. Thielen makes the kick to the 35. Thielen tries to gain a few extra yards, but loses ground. So they're in New Orleans territory now at the 37. This is the deepest they've been so far. Well, not the deepest, but because they did get the field goal. But the deepest in a while. So pass intended for Thielen is tipped at the 33. But he gets it. Past the 30. At the 20. Could go all the way. And he does. So the Vikings right back in it. 37-yard completion from Keenan to Thielen. Thielen already with 76 yards. Receiving. So a 5-play, 72-yard drive takes 1:43 off the clock. And the fans break out in the fight song. All right. So Forbath will attempt the extra point. Ooh, and he's only at 82%. So we could have an interesting day in a kicking game, especially from the extra points. Kick is up, and this is good. So 13-10 now. So Forbath will kick off to Jin and Edmonds deep. Minute 45 left till halftime. And it's going to be a touchback. So let's see what New Orleans can do in the last minute and 45. Double coverage on Thomas and Fleener. Drew Brees has the ball and rolls out. He's going to run. So Brees is forced out of bounds for a 2-yard loss and makes it 2nd and 12. He's going to throw. Kamara on the medium short pass. Kamara has the ball to 29. So Kamara gets 7 yards. So that's going to make it 3rd and 5 as Minnesota calls a timeout. Hoping to get the ball back here with a stop. Standing man coverage by the Vikings, setting up to bring everybody on the blitz. Here they come. Breeze is going to pass. Nolan's setting up a screen on the outside. Breeze looks to Humanawi. Hauled in by Humanawi at the 27, 30, to the 40. Before he's being brought down by Terrence Newman from behind at the Minnesota 49, but there's a flag on the play.
Pass interference. Offense.
Oh my goodness, and this is going to come back as this pass interference on the offense. Not sure exactly who that's on. Perhaps Homanui pushed off. Looks like that's going to be the call, possibly. So they're going to accept that. Vikings will. So that was a big gain there, but that'll be negated. So that'll make it 3rd and 15. He's back to pass. Medium pass to Thomas. Broken up by Charles. As our sound just went low for some reason. Maybe it'll come back. So 4th and 15. And New Orleans will be forced to punt. Still plenty of time. Minute and 12 seconds left. And Minnesota still has 1 timeout. So Cheryl's back to receive the punt. Nice punt. Fielded at the 32 by Charles. Charles open field ahead of him. Shorter room at the 46, so 14-yard gain, so good return there. 48-yard punt. So they'll start at 1st and 10 at their own 46. Minute 2 left. 1 timeout. So McKinnon on the run. Outside for 6 yards. Makes it 2nd and 4. And Minnesota will call their 3rd and final timeout. Interesting how they went for the run there. So Minnesota, no timeouts left. 54 seconds left till halftime. Keenan going to pass. Diggs on a medium pass, broken up by Crawley. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. So Minnesota will need at least probably another 15 yards or so to make a legitimate shot at a field goal. So here we go. Big 3rd and 4 here. 47 seconds left. Treadwell and Mood being double covered. And it looks like he's going to throw the direction medium to Rudolph. Complete to Rudolph. Good recovery. And a gain of 8 yards and a 1st down. So, alright, so Keenan's going to spike the ball, okay, to stop the clock, alright. So, 2nd and 10. On the 40. Keenan sets up the pocket. Milan pass to Diggs. Knocked down by Bush. So, they make it 3rd and 10 now. This would be a 57-yarder from here, so they're going to need at least probably another 5 yards anyway. Drops back to pass. Flag on the play.
False start.
Oh, and that's going to kill him. That's a killer. So a false start. It's going to back him all the way up to the 45. So they're definitely out of field goal range now. So they're going to need 10 yards here. So Keenum looking for Diggs. He's forced to run. And he gets just 1. So 4th and 14. New Orleans is going to call a timeout, hoping to get the ball back in good field position. At least with a shot here at a... And it's going to roll into the end zone. 45 yards on the punt. So just 3 seconds left. So let's see what New Orleans decides to do here. See if they're going to play it conservative. I would assume they would. Deep in their own territory. And Breeze will take a knee. Yep. And that's the end of the first half as the New Orleans Saints lead the Vikings by a score of 13-10. It's a good, hard-hitting, close game here. And we'll be right back with the kickoff. And we'll go over the stats first. So let's go over the stats at halftime. So Breeze 9 for 15, 105 yards and a touchdown. Ingram 6 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. So having a big day so far is Ingram. Not much else. It's a rush. It's rushing. 6 rushes for 67 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, Kamara leads with 3 catches for 20 yards. Ingram 2 catches for 31 yards. Ted Ginn with 2 catches for 29 yards and a touchdown. Thomas 1 for 16 and Felino 1 for 9. For the Vikings, Keenan 11 for 19, 154 yards, a touchdown, but also a pick. For rushing, Murray 5 rushes of 42 yards. McKinnon 4 catches for 15 yards. Cook 4 for 13. Receiving, Thielen 4 catches, 76 yards and a touchdown. Rudolph 4 for 48. Diggs 1 for 21 and McKinnon 1 for 9. So there's your drive summary at halftime. Alright, now we'll be right back with the kickoff. Alright, we're back with the second half kickoff. Mr. Brody and Miss Mags ready for the kickoff? Yes, they are. Alrighty. So let's back to kick it off for the Saints. Minnesota deferred, so they will receive. McKinnon and Sherrill's backed deep. So it's going to be a touchback. So Minnesota has it first and 10 at the 25. Down by 3. Soft man coverage by New Orleans. Nickel package. Double coverage of both Thielen and Rudolph. Handoff is going to be to Murray. And Murray will gain 6 yards after the tackle by Lattimore. So it brings up 2nd and 4. Saints for neutral defense. King Cook to run. Set up on the throw. Medium sideline pass to Thielen. Brings it in at the 41. And it's going to be 10 yards and a first down. So Minnesota first and 10 at their own 41. Pass defense for New Orleans. McKinnon. And sets up in the pocket. Medium short pass to McKinnon. Hauled in McKinnon at the 47 to gain of 9. But let's see what the flag is.
Defense.
Holding on the defense. 5-yard penalty, and we're not gonna. Yeah, we're gonna accept it because it's a first down. Otherwise, we would decline it because we gained 9 yards. But we will accept that because it's a first down.
First down.
So that'll make it first and 10 at their 46. Saints playing standard zone defense. McKinnon on the run. McKinnon gains 4 yards, being tripped up by Monteteo. So it's going to be swing up 2nd and 6. Safety double covering Thielen. Keenan going to pass. Medium short pass to Thielen. Thielen has it at the New Orleans 43. Quickly hauled down. After a gain of 7 and another first down for Minnesota. So Minnesota moving the ball. The first possession of the second half. So first and 10 in New Orleans territory now at the 43. Ball snapped, run by Cook. Great blocking by Seals on the inside. Cook was run past the 40. Would be tackler at the 30, eludes it. And it's finally brought down by Williams at the 17. So a nice play of 26 yards there. So Minnesota has it in the red zone at the New Orleans 17. And a first down. Pass. Diggs facing double coverage. Handoff to Murray. Finds a gap. Picks up 4 yards. So bring up 2nd and 6. So Minnesota looking to go ahead with a touchdown here. Rudolph being double covered. McKinnon the ball carrier. McKinnon tripped up by Harris at the 10 after a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 at the New Orleans 10. New Orleans hoping to hold Minnesota to a field goal attempt or possibly get a turnover. So grabbed at the 11, voids the first defender, and he's in for the score. So McKinnon to Rudolph. Minnesota gets their first lead of the day. Second touchdown pass by McKinnon. Forbath with the extra point. And it's good. So Minnesota takes a 17-13 lead after the extra point by Forbath. So that was a 5-minute and 10-second drive by the Vikings to open up the second half. So Forbath about to kick to Edmonds and Lewis back deep. Edmonds has it at the 15, and he's out of bounds to the 39 for a great return of 24 yards. So New Orleans will have it in good field position at their own 39. Breeze looks for Ginn on a little circle pass. Ginn makes a grab at the 44. Rhodes with the recovery and limits him to just 5 yards. So it brings up 2nd and 5. So doubled up on Thomas. Breeze taking his usual drop. Thomas, intended receiver on a medium pass, connects with him at the Minnesota 48, where he's immediately tackled by Lemur, but not before a gain of 8 yards and a first down. So Minnesota in a standard set. Lewis being double covered. Breeze moves back in the pocket. The Kamara on a medium pass. Broken up by Newman, though, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. So man-to-man defense from Minnesota. Peterson has the ball. Peterson up the middle. Brought down by Barr after a run of 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5. From the Minnesota 43. Not quite in field goal range yet. Thomas being double covered. Offensive line. Ginn, intended receiver on a medium short pass. Grabbed by Ginn at the 38. Over the 30. Here's at the 20. And finally, they run him out of bounds to 16, but not before a gain of 27 yards and a first down.
Personal foul. Defense.
And that's going to be tacked on to the end there. So that will bring them deep in the territory. That will bring them all the way to the... Let's check here. All the way to the Minnesota 8-yard line. So first and goal at the 8. So New Orleans threatening to retake the lead here. All-purpose defense from Minnesota. Run can Kamara. Here's the snap. Breeze drops straight back. Kamara is running a square out. Kamara has the ball, and he's in the end zone. So the Saints retake the lead here on a touchdown of their own. So from Breeze to Kamara. Here's the extra point by Lutz. Missed one already today, and this one will be good as he makes the next 2. So New Orleans retakes the lead 20-17. Lutz back to kick it off. McKinnon and Sherrills once again back deep from Minnesota. And it's going to go once again in the end zone for a touchback. So not a lot of balls being brought out. First down, Minnesota. Gives the ball to Murray. Okafor is there to make the play. And it's going to be just 1 yard on the outside run. Flag on the play. And it's going to be a penalty on the offense. Unnecessary roughness. So half the distance back to the goal. So I'm going to bring it back all the way to the 22. I'm sorry, all the way to the 13. And it'll bring up 2nd and 22. Fans not too happy with that call. It's obvious, though. Single coverage area by Treadwell. Picks out a new receiver. It's going to be Floyd on the short pass. Hauled down at the 17. Tackled by Klein to 19 after a gain of 6. So they make it 3rd and 16. Payton sends an extra receiver in there. Coach Payton does. Ham is running a shallow crossing pattern. Ham makes catch 25 and stopped at the 38 after a gain of 19. And they retain possession despite facing a third and long. So Minnesota with the first down there. 1st and 10 at the 38. 10 receivers double covered. Long pass to Diggs. Diggs was blanket on that pass. So excellent coverage by Crowley. Forces the interception. So we have 2nd and 10. Fakes the Cook. Gives it to Diggs on the end around. Diggs heads to the outside. And he's driven out of bounds by a 7-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 17. Keenan looking for Thielen. Under pressure. And Thielen makes the reception at the New Orleans 49. So a big gain of 20 yards there on 3rd down. So Thielen already with 100 yards rushing, receiving 113 yards. And we're only in the 2nd quarter, actually nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. So actually it's not that, it is impressive, but it's not that impressive, I guess you could say. Still though, Minnesota is behind in the game though. But 1st and 10, and now New Orleans territory at the 49. So Vaccaro with it. Makes it 2nd and 10. As it's broken up by Vaccaro. Keenan looking for double coverage on Thielen. They're going to set up a throw. Keenan throws to Thielen again on the post pattern. And jumps to catch it, but can't quite come down with it. So that makes it 3rd and 10. So a big 3rd down play here. Rudolph, the intended receiver, on a medium pass. Connects with Rudolph at the 40. He's brought down quickly by Allen. Gain of about 10, we'll see. Come the sticks. And he'll be inches short. So this is going to bring up a 4th and 1. Is it worth the gamble? And they're going to go for it, as the fans are urging them to go for it here. So we'll see what happens here with this big play for both teams here. See if New Orleans can make the stop, or Minnesota will get the first down and continue the drive. As we near the end of the 3rd quarter, Diggs being double covered. Cook has the ball, breaks an arm tackle at the line, and eventually brought down by Klein, but a gain of 12 yards. So Minnesota gets it easily. So 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 28. Safety blitz called by the Saints. Keenan plays it safe with a short pass to Rudolph. Pass is juggled and caught by Rudolph. Nice catch, but only for a couple yards. So that'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the New Orleans 26. Already in field goal range, but fans want more. Murray with the ball carrier. And he goes down after a 1-yard gain, so it'll bring up 3rd and 7. Run key on Cook, who's back in the pocket. Medium pass to Diggs. Great catch at the 16. He's past everybody now and in for a touchdown. So Keenan to Diggs. So Keenan with his 3rd touchdown reception of the day. Pass of the day. Diggs with his 1st reception. And Minnesota back on top. See what the extra point is here. Kick is up, and it's good. So Minnesota retakes the lead. 24-20. As the extra point by Forbath is good. As we near the end of the 3rd quarter. Kick by Forbath. And it's going to be another touchback. So touchback. So New Orleans with it now. Down by 4. As we near the end of the third quarter, Kendricks brings him down to complete the Coleman for a 19-yard gain. So New Orleans with a big gain there. And I think that's going to bring up the end of the first quarter. The third quarter. No, they're going to get one more play off. Everybody coming from Minnesota. Ball snapped to Breeze. Drops back in the pocket. Rhodes blanketing Thomas. So Breeze looks for a new target. Long pass to Coleman. Coleman is well covered by Alexander. And Breeze throws it away. So that'll be the end of the third quarter. With the score of Minnesota 24, New Orleans 20. So 2nd and 10 as we start the fourth quarter from the New Orleans from their own 44. Nickel package for Minnesota. Zach Line on the run. Gains 5 yards. Hunter with the stop, so it's going to make it 3rd and 5. 49, tight coverage by Minnesota. Minnesota 2 defenders on Thomas. Breeze coming for the home run ball to Coleman. And there's a flag on the play. So bomb pass to Coleman, and it makes the catch.
Holding. Defense.
And it's holding on the defense, so it's going to stand. So, oh yeah, so we're going to decline that one. And it's a first down for New Orleans at the Minnesota 4-yard line. So a huge pass to Coleman there. As Minnesota fans are stunned. Minnesota expecting a run inside. Keon Keenan. Give us to Kamara. And it's going to be a loss of a couple. So I'd bring up 2nd and goal now from the 6-yard line. Vikings showing blitz. Standard defensive set though. Double coverage on Thomas. Breeze going to pass. Quick toss to Fleener. Pulled by Fleener at the 6. Nice move. And he's in for the score. So Breeze connects with Fleener. Breeze now with 3 touchdown passes on Dave Fleener with his first reception. TD reception. And New Orleans pulls back ahead. That's with a big extra point here. Kick is up, and it's good. So that makes it a 3-point game. All the points are important, including the extra points, as teams continue to take the lead one team to another. So Lutz will kick it off. McKinnon and Sherrill's back. 13 minutes left in the game. Still plenty of time. And it's a touchback. So that's where the McKinnon and the Vikings will start. Keenan and the Vikings will start. 1st and 10 at the 25. Keenan takes his drop on Amada's backfield in a hurry, and he dodges a rush and looks for a secondary receiver. And he's going to be sacked by Cameron Jordan for a 6-yard loss. So that brings up 2nd and 16. Setting up the throw. Dalton Cook gets into the draw play. And he picks up 8 yards. So 3rd and 8. Bringing everybody on the play. The Saints are blitzing. Keenan throws a medium pass to Thielen. Thielen catches the 37. Williams closes quickly. He holds him to 11 yards. But it's going to be a first down. Good enough. So 1st and 10 at the Minnesota at their own 48. Down by 3. Overall snaps the ball. Hand off to Murray. Murray's knocked out of bounds at the 43 after a 5-yard gain. So that brings up 2nd and 5. Keenan plays it safe with a short pass to Murray. Complete to Murray. Tripped up at the 47. Completed 4 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and inches. No one's expecting the run. Keenan gets a snap, hands it off to Cook. Outside run for Cook. Brought down after a gain of 6 and another first down. So in the New Orleans territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Saints in tight coverage. Double coverage on Treadwell. Handoff to Cook. Nice move by Cooks. He finds some room outside. And he's pushed out of bounds by Banjo at the 30, but not before a gain of 17 yards and another first down. You guys enjoying the game there, Mr. Brody and Miss Mags? As they are out for the count. So 1st and 10. At the New Orleans 30. Minnesota on the move here. Handoff's going to be to Cook. Robertson makes the play after a gain of 4 yards, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Defense.
Oh, personal foul on the defense. So it'll be an automatic first down on sportsmanlike conduct. And half of this to the goal. Attack down to the end of the run. So Minnesota will accept that. And it's now 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 13 in the red zone.
Flag on the play.
Oh, this could be a false start.
Delay of game. Offense.
Oh no, delay of game. So that'll back him up to the 18. Gives the Cook. Clock is stopped. Cook is stopped, sorry. Line of scrimmage, so that brings up 2nd and 15. And it's going to be 3rd down and 8. So big 3rd down play. New Orleans needs to make a stop here. Cook being keyed for the pass. Keenan stays as the prime receiver, double coverage. Diggs is the 10 receiver, man the medium pass. Makes the catch at the 5. Completion of 6, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 2. What do they do here? And they're going to go for the field goal. Chip shot from here, just a 22-yarder. So they're going to go for the field goal to tie the game. Smart move here. It's 1 for 1 already. And it's on its way, and it's good. So we have a tie, 27-27, the first tie since it was 0-0. All right. So 6 minutes, 23 seconds left. Tie game now. This game's going right down to the wire. And it's going to be a touchback. So Breeze will start 1st and 10 at the New Orleans 25. Hoping to take some time off the clock and get a New Orleans score here. Vikings in standard set. Run by Kamara. Kamara brought down by Barr. This game is proving to be a shootout, not much of a defensive battle here. Minnesota known for their defense. New Orleans has actually performed pretty well in their defense too. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. So the line is the carrier. Line goes outside, nails him for a loss of a couple, so that's going to leave 3rd and 6. Defense playing for the pass. Breeze gets the snap back in the pocket. Draw play to Kamara. Pops the middle for the line into the secondary. And a big gain of 10 yards. And New Orleans first down. So 1st and 10 at the 39. Minnesota going for expecting the inside run. Hooker snaps the ball, handoff to Ingram. And it's going to be a loss of a couple as Minnesota sniffed that one out. So 2nd and 12 to 37. Double coverage on Ginn. Breeze was back in the pocket. Breeze will dump it off to Ingram on the outside. Complete to Ingram to 37. Finally forced out of bounds by Lemur at the 49. So a gain of about 12. And another New Orleans first down. Oh, they're going to measure. And they didn't make it. So big 3rd down here. 3rd and 1. Play Medium pass to Kamara. Dives and makes a great catch. It's not clear. Did he trap the ball, though? And it's rolled a good catch. And it's completion for 9 yards and a big first down for New Orleans as they retain possession. Now at the Minnesota 43. Need another 10 yards or so to get in field goal range. Run key on Kamara, setting up the throw. Medium short pass again. Complete again at the 39, at the 30. And he's hauled down by Smith at the 22. And not before another first down by the New Orleans Saints. So 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 22. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left. Time's starting to become a factor now. Breeze would ideally like to take some more time off the clock and go in for a touchdown. Minnesota in tight coverage. Breeze plays it safe with a pass to Hunumi, and it falls incomplete as Hunumi was blanketed by Barr. So 2nd and 10, that'll stop the clock. Run key on Kamara. Breeze dumps it off to Kamara outside. Caught by Kamara at the 21. Immediately forced out of bounds. New Orleans does not really want to go out of bounds here. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. So a huge first down here. Minnesota definitely wants to hold them to at least, at the best, a field goal attempt. They'd love to get a turnover here. Breeze is hoping for first down here. Defense playing for the pass, bumping run coverage, extra DBs. Thomas being double covered. Breeze has a little time back there. Looks for secondary receiver. Medium sideline pass to Kamara, broken up by Waynes. That's going to bring up 4th and 9. And they're going to go for the field goal, which is the right move here. It's going to be a 38-yard field goal attempt. 95% chance by Lutz here for the lead. 38-yard attempt, first kick of the day. Kick to break the tie. It's up. And it's good. So the Saints take the lead on the field goal by Lutz. And 2 minutes 44 seconds left. So still plenty of time. Minnesota with all 3 of their timeouts too. So time is not really a factor here. It's just whether or not they can move the ball. So Lutz will kick it off. And it's a touchback, of course. So Vikings need at least 35 yards here. I'd say more like 40 yards if they're going to have a legitimate shot here. So Keenan comes in under center. 2 minutes 44 seconds left. New Orleans have brought extra DBs in. Coverage very soft. Double coverage of both Thielen and Rudolph. Medium short pass to Diggs. Makes a grab at the 29. And Teo tackles him at the 31, so a 6-yard gain. So that brings up 2nd and 4. Complete to Diggs at the 36. Brought down quickly by Monteo. And it's a first down, 1st and 10, and that's going to be the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes left. Minnesota has it 1st and 10 at the 39. Fans in nervous anticipation here. Very quiet here. No one drops back, soft man coverage, double coverage of Diggs and Thielen. Keenan in trouble. Looks away from his original choice. And it's going to be tipped away by Lattimore. So that makes it 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock. Diggs being double covered. Keenan moves back in the pocket. Flips it to C.J. Ham. Caught Ham at the 41. Monte Teo closed quickly and holds him to just 2-yard gain. So big 3rd down here. It's definitely 4-down territory for the Vikings. Standing man coverage by New Orleans with extra DB. Pass key on McKinnon. Floyd being double covered. It snapped to Overbar. Keenan back to pass. Medium short pass to Rudolph. Complete to Rudolph. He's brought down after a gain of 5. So that's going to make it 4th and 3.
Timeout offense.
As Minnesota uses their first timeout. Minute 16 left, but more importantly, they need a first down here, or else New Orleans will most likely win the game here. So here's the play of the game here for both teams. Here we go. 4th and 3 from their own 46. Standard zone defense. Keenan time to look around. Picks out a secondary receiver. Medium pass to Diggs. Complete to Diggs at the 46. And he's hauled down. It's a gain of 8 and a first down. But there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Defense.
Oh, huge penalty there. As this is going to put them in unnecessary roughness. So this will put them in field goal range, I believe, here. Yes, it will. It's going to bring them all the way to the 31-yard line. So a huge penalty there as, oh my goodness, as the coach for New Orleans, I can't think of his name now. I'll think of it in a second. Man, that is a huge penalty there. As now that they're within field goal range here, but Minnesota's still got 1 minute and 8 seconds left and 2 timeouts, so they're hoping for a touchdown here to seal the deal. So A.J. Klein is blitzing. Keenan looking for double coverage with Treadwell. Boston has to Keenan. Drops back to pass. Beautiful catch by Thien at the 23, out of bounds. It's a gain of 8. So that's going to make it 2nd and 2 from the New Orleans 23. 59 seconds left. Nickel package by the Saints. Quick pass to Floyd. Grab that Floyd at the 22. Gain of 5 and another first down. 1st and 10. Von Bell blitzing for New Orleans. They're going to throw. Heavy pressure on Keenan from Bell. Blindsided for a loss of 6. So a sack by Jordan. His second of the day. So it makes it 2nd and 16. Backs him up to the 24. So from here it would be a 41-yard field goal attempt. Definitely not automatic. So 2nd and 16. So Coach Payton, that's it, yep. Keenan just back to pass. Keenan looking for a pass to Rudolph. Pulled down at the 11. Tries to make the tackle, holding him to 13 yards. So 3rd and 3. As Minnesota calls their second timeout. 4 seconds left. So they're going to bring on... Oh. So they're unable to get the touchdown here, but they're going to go for the field goal here. This should be just about automatic. So 2 for 2 for today. Kick will tie the game. Kick is up. And it's good. So, wow, I thought Minnesota was going to try a pass into the end zone, but they don't. But they do get the field goal. And we're going to head it to overtime. So, unfortunately, they just have one sudden death overtime period. They do not go any further, as you evidenced by the Philadelphia-Atlanta game. Unfortunately, we had to play a second overtime, but start over the game. So here we go. So here's the toss. New Orleans wins the toss and will receive. So Forbath kicks it. And it rolls in the end zone again for a touchback. So New Orleans has it. 1st and 10 at the 25. Vikings bringing everybody on the play. Ingram has the ball. Head to the outside. Tipped by Ben Gideon for a loss of a couple. Tripped up. So it's going to be up 2nd and 12. Man coverage by Minnesota. Pass Garen Ingram. Breeze sets up in the pocket. Rhodes blanketing Thomas. Breeze looks for a new target. Huanamumi. 10 receiver on a quick toss. Humanawani. Wanu. Hawaiian guy there. So that's going to bring up 12. 3rd and 12. Sort of hoping for a stop here. Breeze usual drop. Medium passed again. Incomplete. So New Orleans will be forced to punt here. On their own 23. Low snap to Morstead. Bobbles it. Plenty of time to get back in there. Nice punt. Fair catch by Sherrill. And Minnesota will have it 1st and 10 at their own 32 after the 45-yard punt. All right, 1st and 10 from Minnesota at the 32. New Orleans in a natural defensive set. Saints have 2 defenders on Thielen. Thielen is running a square out. Pass is deflected by Lattimore, so incomplete. So that makes it 2nd and 10. 30-30 game here. In overtime. Keenan takes his usual drop. Diggs on the corner route. Complete the Diggs at the 49. Diggs nailed up to catching the pass. Doesn't go down though. And eventually they get him not till the 40-yard line. New Orleans 40 and a gain of 28. So a huge pass to Diggs there as Diggs goes over 100 yards receiving. So Minnesota almost within field goal range. Diggs faces double coverage on the throw. C.J. Ham on a medium pass. Falls down and makes the catch. Is it a legal catch though? And it is. They call it a catch for 5 yards. So now within long field goal range here, but Minnesota definitely wants to get a little closer here before they try and attempt. Keenan makes his usual drop. Diggs intended receiver on a short pass. Grabbed the 29, immediately tackled. After a gain of 6, so now they're in 1st down there. So even if they don't get any more yardage here, though, it'll be a 46-yarder, so it'll be a long field goal. 4 plays for 39 yards so far in this drive. Time not a factor here. Hand off to Cook. Nice run by Cook. 6 yards, so 2nd and 4. Minnesota looking like they want to try to bang it in and not even have to worry about a kick here, as both their kickers do have some issues, especially on extra points. Extra points don't really make a difference here. Blitz doesn't have Keenan a lot of time. He's dumped a loss of 5. So a big sack by Sheldon Rankins. Pushes Minnesota back to the 28. So now it'll be a little harder. 45-yarder from here. So 3rd and 9. So a huge 3rd down here for both teams. Game could be on the line here. Here they come. Setting up to throw. Running a square out. Hauled in at the 20. Out of bounds. It's a gain of 10. And 1st down. So a huge 1st down from Minnesota there. At the New Orleans 18. Keenan back to pass. Short pass to McKinnon. Hauled in at the 11. So gain of, at the 9 actually. Picks up 9 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 at the New Orleans 9. So Saints need a turnover here. Cook gets the ball. Gain of 7. And a 1st down. So Cook's gone over 100 yards of rushing now. But more importantly, New Orleans has it. Minnesota has it at the 2. They need a turnover here at the. Here we go. This could be for the game here. Murray, the ball carrier. At the. And no gain on the play. So it brings up 2nd and goal. Gives it to Murray. Wraps him up for a loss here. So 3rd and goal coming up here. So it's not going to be automatic here. Medium excellent coverage by Lattimore. Incomplete. Oh, flag on the play though. This could be huge.
Personal foul. Defense.
Unbelievable. They had him stop there. And wow, it's going to be automatic 1st down. Unbelievable there. So they could have held him to a field goal attempt. Instead, it's going to probably be an easy touchdown. As they're going to have another 4 downs to try to get it in there. Wow, and that is... Ugh. Wow. So here we go. First and goal at the 2. He's out to hit at the line. And he does enough for the goal line, and that's going to be it. As the Minnesota Vikings scoring a 2-yard touchdown run by Murray. And that's the ball game right there. So Minnesota takes the game 36-30. Case Keenum, the team MVP today. 396 yards, 3 touchdowns, 107 quarterback rating. So Thielen also had 10 catches. And Delvin Cook with 106 yards rushing. As the Minnesota Vikings are victorious in the AFC wildcard game. So they'll go on to meet with the victorious Philadelphia Eagles. They'll be hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in the conference championship game. So look at the recap here. Breeze goes 20. Let's go Keenan first. 36-50 for 396 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Breeze 20 for 32, 267 yards and 3 touchdowns. So Breeze had a fine day. Just not enough. For rushing, Cook 14 for 106 yards. Murray is 13 for 59 yards and a touchdown. McKinnon 6 rushes for 22 yards. Keenan 1 for 1 and Diggs 1 for -7. For New Orleans, Ingram 8 rushes 63 yards and a touchdown. Kamara 5 for 20. Breeze 5 for 3. Peterson 3 for 9. Line 2 for 3 and Ginn 1 for 4. Receiving, Thielen, 10 catches for 142 yards and a touchdown from Minnesota. Diggs 9 for 108. Rudolph 9 and a touchdown. Rudolph 9 for 87 and a touchdown. Ham 3 for 26. McKinnon 2 for 18. Floyd 2 for 11. And Murray 1 for 4. For the Saints, Kamara 6 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown. Ginn 5 catches, 82 yards and a touchdown. Ingram 3 catches, 42 yards. Coleman 2 for 66. Thomas 2 for 24, and Fleener 2 for 15 and a touchdown. So the Minnesota Vikings will go on to host the NFC Conference Championship, with the winner going to the Super Bowl. So we'll be back with that game next week, as it'll be Philadelphia at Minnesota. And in the AFC, we'll have well, I don't really want to give this away here. I guess I will. So here's a spoiler if you haven't watched the last game. Kind of gave you away the AFC one. I mean the NFC one. But I'm not going to... Well, I'll mention it here, I guess. So if you don't want to hear the New England and Tennessee results here, turn it off now. So here it is. In the AFC, it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars at the New England Patriots. The winner going a trip to the Super Bowl. So take care. God bless. Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. Mr. Brody back in the co-host seat. Miss Mags is off already preparing for the next game. And hopefully by next weekend we'll try to see if we can get another co-host seat. So we'll have dual co-hosts. Co-host and the co-hostess. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next. And this has been using 2nd and 10 football. A fine game. Great value. So take care and God bless.